Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Salesforce real-time scenario series. Today we are going to discuss to the another real-time scenario on the Apex triggers with the we are using the queuable Apex. So here is the use case. We know right accounts and opportunities. Each account is the associated to the multiple opportunities. Okay, so when the account status is the inactive, then we have to close the related opportunities. We need to change the status to the um, closed last. So, and we have to store the current stage name into the existing stage field. We need to store it by the current stage value into the existing stage value. Okay, this is the our use case. So, let me show you once. So, let's come to the here. We have the account. Each account is the associated to the one or more opportunities. Correct. So here is the our use case is the when the account status is the inactive. So here let me open by the any one of the account. This is the account record. This account record status. So active. This is the we are going to status to the yes to no. Then we have to close the this opportunity, this account related opportunities. These account related opportunities, these are all the open, right? Prospecting, need analysis like this. So we need to close it by all those opportunities, and each opportunity has the separate stage, right? This is the prospecting, this is the prescription analysis, need analysis like this. So what is the current stage value we are going to store into the particular field into the opportunity? That field we need to create at present, not there that field. So we need to create by the one field for the existing stage. We can store by the what is the current stage name. Why? Because means later again they are going to status change to the from no to yes again. They might be changed to the status. That is the different use case actually. If they are going to change by the status no to yes, then we can restore the existing stage. Then we can store the existing stage. That is the different use case. We can discuss to that use case into the next video. Okay. In this video, we are going to discuss to the when the status is the no, we need to close last to the opportunities. We need to change the status close last, and we need to store the current stage value into the existing stage field. Okay, so first we are going to create the one field in the opportunity, custom field, edit object. So now here we are going to quickly create by the one new field. So we are going to take it by the field is the text. So here existing stage, we are going to take it, length is the 100. Let me save. Okay. So now our use case is the when the account status means account active status is changed from the yes to no, we need to trigger to the our Apex class trigger. Then we have to change it to the opportunity stages with the close last, and we need to store the current stage name value into the existing stage. Okay, that is the we are going to storing into the in this particular field existing stage. Okay, so let's come to the Visual Studio. Here I am going to create by the one new Apex trigger on the account object. Create Apex trigger. So here account trigger, just I'm taking by the account trigger. So in this, I'm going to take it by when is the update rate after update. When the updation time after update, we are going to call it by we need to execute it by our business logic. So already we know, right, as for the best practices, don't write our business logic into in the triggers. We need to take it by the separate class that is called the handler classes. Okay. From that handler classes, we are going to execute it by our logic. So here we are going to take it by the account object. So Control Shift P, I'm creating by the new Apex class account to trigger handler. Okay, so here I'm taking by the one method public. Let me remove by the constructor. I'm going to take it by the public static void after update. This is the my method name. So here we are going to pass it by the two parameters, one for the new records information, one for the existing records information. Existing record information. Why we are going to take the both means I will let you. So here list of account new ACC records. Okay. And next is I'm going to take it by the map here ID comma account old ACC records. So here I'm going to store it by the new account records. Here I'm going to store it by the old records. Let's save and deploy. Deploy to the source org. So once it is deployed, we are going to call it by this class into the here. So if trigger dot is after and trigger dot is update. Okay, save. Now here we are going to call it by our handler class dot our method name. So after update. So here we need to pass it by the new records now. So trigger dot new. So here we are going to pass it by the trigger dot old map. So it is passed by the trigger dot new records information. It is passed by the old record information. Here we are taking map. Why? Because means here we are taken by the map. Okay. So now here we have to check it by the old record value and new record value. Why? Because means already inactive record might be they have edit right. So for example, this is the one of the opportunity account. Sorry. So it is already status is the no save. Our trigger will be the executed, logic will be the executed fine. Now, due to some reason, they are modified by the same account record. They are not modified the any active status. They are not modified the any active status. Just they have to modify the some other information like this. Rating is the hot or warm or cold. They are going to select by the warm. So this time don't want to execute by the our logic right. Why? Because when already status is the no, it will be the executed. So status is the not changed, right? No need to execute it by the our business logic. So that's why here we have to compare to the old value is the yes, current value is the no. Then only we need to execute it by the our logic. So that's why here we have to take it by the account ACC old. So here we have to take it by the map, right? This is so old ACC records dot get off means initially we need to load it by the data. So loop the data for loop account ACC new ACC records. So we have to looping to the each and every record. Now here we have to check it. Account old ACC equals to old ACC records dot get of ACC dot ID. It is written to the old record information. It is written to the old record information. Okay. So for loop account ACC new account records we are looping. It is held by the old account record information. Now here we have to check it if ACC dot status active underscore C. This field API name. This field API name active underscore C equals to no and old ACC active underscore C equals to yes. Old value yes, current value is the no, then only we need to hold by the that particular account record IDs. So that purpose we have to take it by the here set ID. We need to avoid for the duplicate account record IDs. That's why here we are going to take it by the ACC IDs. New set of ACC. So new set of the IDs. So here we are going to add it by the ACC IDs dot. Here we have to take it by the add method. To here we have to store it by the ACC dot ID. So if you want easy to understanding purpose to inactive ACC IDs, easy to understanding purpose, you can naming conversion to inactive account IDs. We are going to store it by the inactive IDs. Okay, so this is the we have the holding. So as of now, what we have did means here we have taken by the one handler class. In that handler class, we are taken by the after update method. Here we are holding to the new opportunity records, new account records and old account records. So we are looping to the each and every record for the new records. We have to identify the old and new active status value, active pick list value. Old value is the yes, current value is the no. Then only we need to hold it by the that account IDs. Why? Because means that account IDs related opportunities we are fetching and we have to change the status. Opportunity stage is the change to the closed last. Okay. So up to here is the we have developed by the Apex trigger handler. This handler we are invoked by the into the our trigger. So our next step is the queuable. Why? Because means why we are going to take it by the queuable Apex means we need to run by the asynchronously, not for the immediately. Okay, that's why we are going to take it by the asynchronous process. So we can have it to the some kind of the performance issues purpose. We are going to take it by the queuable Apex. So Control Shift to P, we are going to create by the another Apex class. So here account queuable. Okay, we have to take it by the account queuable. Sorry. So account queuable. Now in this, we have to take it by the constructor. Okay, in this constructor, we are going to hold the data. We are going to pass it to the from the handler apex class to this queuable apex class. Now here we have to extension right. So we have to do the implements queuable. So we have to implement by the queuable. Then here we have to store by the, we have to pass it by the account IDs. These account IDs we need to pass it by the here na. So here we have to take it by this set ID. So space to inactive ACC IDs. To inactive ACC IDs we are passing to the here. Okay, then here this is the constructor on the calling of the this queuable apex class automatically invoked by the constructor na. So in this we have to take it by the one variable. So here we have to take it by the inactive ACC IDs. Okay, this is the one of the variable. We have to take it by the public set of ID. Okay, so this is the, we are going to take it by the one of the variable. So if you want executed by the internal, we are going to take it by the this variable declaration. Public set ID inactive account IDs. Now here we are going to store it to the this dot inactive. So same variable name, it might be you have to take it now. That's why here we are going to take it by the this equals to inactive account IDs. What we are passing to the here now, these values we are going to store it by the in this method, in this variable. This variable when we are going to call it this dot inactive IDs, might be if we are taking by the duplicate values, so we can avoid to the duplicate variable name. That's why here we are going to take it by the this keyword. Okay, now here we are going to take it by the execute method. In queuable apex already we know, right? So public void execute. So here we have to the queuable context. Okay, this is the syntax. Queuable context. So context. This is the standard syntax of the queuable apex. Now here we are going to do the our process. Here we are going to do the our process. So here we have to check it if inactive IDs dot is empty. Not equals to is empty, then only we need to pass it by the our logic. Okay, then only we need to pass it by the our logic. So let's save. Now here we have to get it by the opportunities. List of opportunity, OPP list, select ID, comma. So we are created by the new field, right, in the opportunity object. That field also we are going to take it here. Why? Because means in this only we are going to store the our stage value. From opportunity where account ID equals to, this is the our account IDs. And might be in this we have the stage name is the closed one or closed last, right, some other records. So we don't need for the those records now. So that's why here we have to check it. And so this is the condition, directly it's populating. So stage name not equals to closed one or closed last. Closed one or closed not. Those records only we need to get it. Okay. If it is the open records only, it will be the written. It will written by the only the open records. Okay, now come to the here. If OPP list is empty, not is empty, then only we need to process by the our business. Again, we need to pass it by the our business. Okay, we have to get it by the which record stage is the not closed one or closed loss. That records only we are going to get it now. So here we have to process by the one by one opportunity. So OPP list. So here OPP dot existing. This is the AP name. Copy paste better. Equals to we have to give it by the close lost. And here we have to give it by the OPP stage equals to close lost. Sorry, here we need to give it by the current to opportunity stage name. So we need to query it by the stage name as well. Okay. So for example, if it is the current stage is the prospecting, it will store by the prospecting into the existing stage. It might be it is the need analysis will be stored by the in this existing stage name. Current stage name, we are going to give it by the close last. Why? Because means it is the inactive, right? Account will be the inactive. Now we are going to update by the these records. What are the records we have, right? After the completion of this, we are going to updated by the records. So here update OPP list. Okay, we are going to change by the status this to this. Now we are going to close last by the records. Let's save. Now here we are going to invoke by the this queryable apex into the our apex class. We need to call it by the our apex class. Okay, so how we are going to call it? So here, so once it is the inactive, after this for loop is completed, if to inactive is empty, not equals to is empty, not equals to is empty. How we are going to call it by the queryable apex? So here we are going to call it by the system dot queryable, right? System dot enqueue job. We have to give it by the system dot enqueue job. Then here we are going to call it by the our job name, means our queryable apex name. So what is the our queryable apex name? So here new space account queryable. So here we have to the our queryable name. So this is the our apex class name, queryable apex class name. Now we have to execute it with system.enqueue job. It will be executed by our queryable job. Now in this we are going to pass it by the our account IDs. In this, right, we are going to store it by our account IDs. This account IDs will come and sit by the here. This value stored by the into the in the local variable, that is the inactive account IDs. Inactive account IDs. After that, execute method will be executed, right, automatically. Then it will run by the asynchronously. Okay, let's save and deploy. Once executed, I will explain to the one more time our trigger logic. Then we have to deploy it by this one as well. So if you want to right click and deploy also, I created by my shortcut Control D. You can click on the deploy to the here. Okay. So now let's come to the here. So for example, status is there. I'm going to mark it as S. At present, you have to observe these are the 5 opportunities. 5 opportunities have the different stage names. Okay, different stage names. I'm going to the here, I'm going to status change to the from yes to no. Yes to no. This condition will be the satisfy the first. Current value is the no, previous value the yes. That's why it is hold by our account ID. So actually here we are passing the one record only, but you might be processed by the multiple records at a time, means two data loader or somewhere you are going to process by the multiple account records. No? That's why we are written by the bulk file trigger. So in this we have to hold by that account ID. That account ID we are passing to the queuable apex. In the queuable apex, these opportunities will be the return. How many opportunities? We have almost five opportunities. So five opportunity stages will be the change to the closed lost, and stage name, existing stage name will be the mapping to the what is the existing stage name. So let me click on to the save. So I think I have some another trigger we have. So that's why it is showing by the this message to me. You can't deactivate account, related opportunities must be closed. I think so. Let me check it that. Let's goes to the edit object. Might be, I think, flows. I might be written by the earlier flows. That's why it's showing that error. I will go and deactivate by that existing flow. To prevent to the deletion, prevent to deactivate. I think this is only the active status. So let me deactivate this one. So I'm going to deactivate this. Now come back to the here. I'm going to save this. Now it is successfully saved. Now come to the here. So refresh by the page. So I think trigger not be the executed. Let me check it. I think we are deployed or not. I'm not sure this. Okay, let me try it again. Let me save. Let me know. Yeah, I think might be earlier we are not deployed to the after adding by this condition. That's why it's not executed. Okay, now it is the executed. See here all the opportunity stages change it to the closed list. If you are going to open by any one of the opportunity, so here field is the existing stage, right? Let me check it. Let me try to edit this. Field is not populating here. Let me check it. Let's goes to the opportunities. You are going to open any one of the opportunity. Click on to the edit from here. Current stage name field is not showing actually. Yeah, here showing. I think added by the here. Existing stage name. See here. It is held by the existing stage name. We have the another use case. Once they might be inactive to active again, we have to restore by the these value into the stage name. That's why. If you are going to open by the another opportunity, this is also by the closed rust, right? Detail. So field is not populated still, I think so here. Okay, it takes some time to showing by the field in the edit page, detail page. So now I'm going to edit this. See here, existing stage name is the prospecting. So which opportunity stage is the change to the closure last? That opportunity stage name is the we are going to storing into the particular field that is called the existing stage. So why the reason means already I told you now, we have to again activated by the account, then we have to restore by the that stage names. That's why. Okay. So here our business use case is the when the account to status, account to active, pick list value changed from yes to no, we need to trigger by the our trigger. So here when the after update, we are going to check it by the here our trigger logic. We are holding by the new account records information and old record account information. We are passing from the trigger. As per the best practices, we are going to write it by the handler classes, right? So in the handler class, I am writing by the after update logic. So here we have to identify the current value is the no and old record value yes. Then only we need to hold it by the that account records. So once that account records we are holding, we need to run by the our business logic is the asynchronous process. Why? Because we have the one or more opportunities will be the updating. Multiple opportunity records will be the updating. So we have to run it by the our logic into the asynchronous purpose. We have to take it by the queuable apex. In the queuable apex, we are taken by the one constructor. We are passing to the account IDs. Which account IDs we are holding? The account IDs we are passing to the our queuable apex. So in the queuable apex, we are checking by the these are the records is the empty or not IDs, account record IDs. If it is not, we have to get it by the opportunity records. Might be that account hold by the already some closed lost records and closed one records in the active status also. So at that time we need to get it by the which records is the closed one and closed last. Then only we need to get it by the that records. Okay. So now if it is written by the, any of the records, we have to store it by the what is the existing stage name. That is the, we are going to store it by the existing stage field, and we have to change it by the current status is the closed last. Then finally we have to update it by the this opportunity. Which opportunity records is we have getting now? Those opportunity records we are updating. So this is the our business logic. Okay, I hope it's clear how it was the implemented. Stay tuned for the more real-time scenarios. In the next video, we are going to discuss from the S to no, we are discussing now. No to S, how we are going to restore by the stage name. That is, we are going to discuss to in the next video.